guys, welcome back. So today I'm back with a very exciting video for you, and that video is discussing the lines in PineScript. Now that topic, the topic of lines, is pretty complex, but I'm gonna simplify it and keep it simple for you to digest and understand, because I'll not be talking about how you can draw specific lines for, let's say, trend lines or support or resistance lines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the basics, and then in our upcoming videos I'm going to be drawing lines and showing you how you can put conditions to draw specific lines at certain areas. And the lines are very helpful in technical analysis and can be a very good tool for you to spot good trade opportunities. So first of all, let's go ahead and define our line variable, and that can be my line. And here I'm going to be defining my line here, and here I want to get a new line or assign a new line to my line variable. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in line.new, and this line.new function takes in bunch of parameters, and those parameters are x1, y1, x2, y2. These parameters are necessary and these parameters are required. Without these, the function will not work. Okay, so now let me show you what does x1 and y1 mean. So if we go here and let's say we want to draw a line from the high of this to the low of our latest bar. So if I draw a line here, so there are two values, because this is a 2D chart. There are two values that we need. First one is x1 and for this, and x2 for this. Okay, and then we need y1 for this point and y2 for this point. So these two parameters are, in terms of y-axis is this price line and x-axis is this timeline. So this is the x1 of this timeline, okay, and this is the y of this time, and then this is the x of this timeline, and the y is from this price. So these are 2 points that we will be getting from the chart, and these are necessary to define a line, because we need to define a starting point and the ending point, and then the PineScript will, or the TradingView will, draw a line between those points. So let me just clear up the charts a little bit. So for example, our first point would be here and our second point, let's say, would be here. Then the line will be drawn from here to here, because we will be giving x1, y1 for this and x2, y2 for this into our function. So let me go ahead and do that. So here, let's say we want to give x1 of bar index, and we want to go back 10 bars back. Let's say from here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So let's say I give it a bar index of 10. So this is the 10th bar, and then in the y1, let's say I give it the high value. So y1 is the high of 10th bar, so we can give it high of 10. And then in the x2, that is the second point in our line, can be bar index itself, because we want to draw to the latest bar, or the second point would be on the latest bar, so we can give it x2 of bar index, and y2 can be the low of this bar. So I can just zoom in a little bit, and here let me just go ahead and define y2 as the low of the current bar. So now our line has been defined, and we can save it, and this line will be added to the chart. So let's save it, and I'm gonna make the overlay to be true, so because we want to plot it onto the chart. So this is going to be true, and here I'm going to save it and add it to the chart. So as you can see, now we are facing one problem, that is that there are a lot of lines, because on each candle the line is being drawn from the last 10th candle to the latest candle, and this process is being repeated on each candle. And this, even though but still there is limit to how many lines can be drawn. So to get rid of this, we need to only keep the latest line and then delete all the previous ones. So we can do that because since we have assigned this line to a variable, and by the way, you cannot define a line all by itself without using the variable. So you have to assign them to a variable, and this is just how it works in PineScript. So now we can use line.delete function to delete all the previous lines, and we can just keep the latest one. So we can go ahead here and type my line, and we can give it a reference of 1 so that it will delete all the previous line on each bar whenever it's drawing. So I can save it, and now you'll see we are only seeing the latest bar, latest line. And here you can see, if I take the from here to here, you can see we are starting from the 10th bar, the high of the 10th bar, and we are ending on the low of this latest bar. So this is how you define the line in PineScript, and this is how it's drawn. Now let's go ahead and look at other parameters that are available in the line function. And the next parameter is the X location, that is on the location that we want to use for your line. And by default, the current bar index is the location that is used. The other function is extend, and there are 4 ways you can extend your line. For example, let's say if you want to extend your line to left, right, by default the extend function is set to none, but we can use the extend dot, and here you can see there are 4 ways that can be used, or the 4 parameters that can be assigned. So we can say extend both ways, so this will extend the line in this direction as well and this direction as well. If I go ahead and save it, you'll see that the line will be extended in both directions. And if I go ahead and give it extend left, then the line will only be extended in the left direction, and this is going to the infinity, or the first bar that is on this chart. So now I'm going to set this to none because we don't want to extend our line for now. So the other parameter that we can use in our lines function is the color, and color is, as we defined or used in our previous lessons, there are a bunch of ways to assign colors, but here I'm going to go with the simplest one, that is color dot the color name. Okay, so I'm going to use, let's say, navy color, and the other function or the other argument that we need to define is the style of the line and the width. And there are a bunch of styles that are available. For example, I can say style is equal to style dot, you can see dotted, dashed, and there are a bunch of lines. So I can say line style. Okay, line dot style, and you can see that there are a bunch of line styles that are available, that are arrow left, right, and dashed, dotted, solid. So I can just say that, and let me just delete this so that it's assigned correctly. And if I save it, you'll see that it's a solid line, but if I go ahead and change this to something else, you'll see that now this will become a dashed line. As you can see, now the line has become dashed. And another parameter that we can use is the width of the line. So for example, let's say if I give it the width of 4 or 3, the line will become much more thicker and easier to be recognized, as you can see here. So this is how you can define the lines and use the lines in PineScript. In my upcoming videos, surely I'm going to be touching some complex topics related to drawing trend lines and support and resistance lines automatically on the chart. But for now, to clear your basic concepts, this is how you can draw the lines in PineScript. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I would love to answer them. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.